Oh my God. 28-9 victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Green Bay Packers in their first preseason game of the 2026 campaign. The first game of Mike McCarthy era. And you know who stole the show? Mr. Drew Aller. I mean, there's no other place to start. I'm joined today by my good friend and colleague, whatever you want to call him, Sam Prestipino. Sam, take it away. What initial thoughts on this game? We're going to get to callers here soon. If you'd like to join, there should be a pinned message in the chat. But Sam, take it away.
I mean, so multiple Super Bowls will be won. The Lombardi Trophy is coming back to the Bird. Oh my gosh! I cover college football, right? I am supposed to be familiar with Drew Aller, but the time spent in this system for a few months, holy cow, right? Oh my gosh, that ball! I get you're playing against third, fourth stringers, whatever, dude. Dude, this is total overreaction, but this guy, that ball jumped out of his hands. Holy cow. Are you kidding me? And none of the quarterbacks played bad. We'll get to, the other two guys, but Drew Aller is the truth. And from now on, he's QB1. Aaron, your wife should have told you to stay at home, pal. Let's move on. It's time to write a new narrative. I'm so juiced. Oh my gosh.
There are a lot of ways that I could take this. A lot of overreactions are going to be had about Drew Aller, but the fact of the matter is, on a day where all of the Steelers quarterbacks looked pretty good, they went a combined 27 of 33 passing. So, what I want to say there as a whole is, first of all, Mike McCarthy, masterclass of a game, calling plays. From that front, I was very impressed. Seems to be a very easy, very manageable system for all of these quarterbacks. It doesn't seem like any of these, none of them, I'll say, none of them looked super like they were out of sorts. None of them looked rushed. It all looked pretty easy for all these guys. And Drew Aller outshined all of them. Drew Aller is supposed to be the one of them as well that is the most raw, the one who's not supposed to hit the layups. And he doesn't hit the layups a lot of the time, but he did tonight. He hit all of it. So who cares? My main takeaway from this game is, who cares who the Steelers' backup is? Mason Rudolph, Will Howard. I don't care. None of it matters, because if Drew Aller looks this good in the first preseason game, I don't know. It may not matter come next year. It just may not matter whatsoever. Yeah. So there you go.
I mean, just no notes. What more can you say, really? And everybody's going to overreact. Everybody's going to pull a me and could come on a podcast and say that he's the second coming here. But look, he did a lot of things right. He made all the layups. They did discover the middle of the field. That is true. He hit all the layups. He did everything right. I mean, you can't ask for more than what he did. It was unbelievable I'm just so accustomed to seeing, especially from Drew Aller, not that at all. You knew he had the tools, but oh my goodness, dude. And just that ball comes out of his hand different. And I'm probably going to say that another 15 times, and I apologize in advance. But it just does. And oh my goodness. And you can tell he's obviously been working with Raj and everything. It's just so exciting to be in this position in a quarterback situation that's been absolutely dire.
I'm going to say this. There is going to be somebody that comes in here and is probably a Will Howard fan and doesn't like what I have to say about this. But there was a difference in watching Drew Aller and watching Will Howard tonight. And this is, again, not me saying oh, Will Howard sucks, you should cut him. I still don't know who the hell is better between Mason Rudolph and Will Howard after this game. They did about the same thing. None of that. I mean, Will Howard probably should have had a touchdown. Robert Tonyan was an inch or two short, but no passing touchdowns for either of them. I mean, and then Drew Aller goes out there, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, like Happy said here. And you're not wrong when you say the ball flies out of his hand. You're not wrong. It sounds crazy. It sounds stupid, but it doesn't at the same time, because there is a clear difference in arm talent between Drew Aller and the rest of the quarterbacks on the Steelers roster. And when he puts it all together, like he did today. Keep in mind, against third and fourth stringers, are we overreacting? Yes, but that's what
absolutely.
That's what this kind of thing's for.
Yeah.
That's what this is for. Drew Aller stole the show. That's all you can say. And any other great notes that you want to take away from this game before we get it to callers? We have 4 people in line right now. I'll try to get to you guys in order of that you joined. So we'll get to everybody here, hopefully.
Yeah, kind of touch on the other two. I think Mason did exactly what I think we thought he would do, right? Like he played just about up to par. And Will pretty much kind of same thing. First time really getting to get a look at him. Drew Aller is Josh Allen. But anyway,
not ridiculous.
That throw to Tanyan that was like, he layered that throw pretty well. That was the most impressive throw I think either of the two of them made. But yeah, other than when Mason turned into prime, what was it, Big Ben, right? Like you look.
Oh yeah, what was that? That play? Yeah. Oh my god.
And I thought Jerm held that in, and my head almost fell off, right? Like if he would have hauled that in, because you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of it was Indiana versus Penn State when Indiana had to Mendoza had to lead that like game-winning drive. It reminded me of, I forget which receiver it was, but he like caught it and he had to like double, like get that toe in to get it felt just like that. Golly. It's electrifying.
That was Omar Cooper, I do believe, on that.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Reef with the $1.99. Shout out Hugo. Drew Aller equals Josh Allen. Not ridiculous to say that. Not ridiculous. Reef's in here. He's in the queue. We're gonna hear from him. I'm sure that he has some glowing things to say about Drew Aller based off of that. I just want to say this. Concerns. The first team offensive line did not look good. This was one of the worst games in total of Troy Fautanu's career. And it's important to keep in mind that the first game that he got any sort of action as a rookie, when he was a right tackle, now he's over to left, obviously, it did not look good at all. So again, he's switching positions. It looked rough. He had 2 personal fouls. And then Dylan Cook, maybe the biggest winner of any offensive lineman today was Maxi Hanachor, and he didn't play it down because Dylan Cook was that bad. Again, how long are they going to do the Dylan Cook starting right tackle gimmick? I don't know. I would argue they shouldn't do it at all. I think, unfortunately for Hanachor, not playing in the first preseason game, that puts him in a weird bind. That puts him in a position where, like, I don't know how he gets it before week 1. He's going to get it very, very quickly, though. I think he's going to be a starter immediately. The tackles in particular. The tackles in particular. Offensive line in general, I guess no notes on like Frazier, McCormick, any of those guys. But Cook and Fautanu, bad game. And that's a good point. Doesn't matter who he was playing against. Doesn't matter if he was playing against future insurance salesmen. It does not matter. Because what we know about Drew Aller is that he has historically not hit the guys he's supposed to. Right. And all of a sudden, he's hitting the guys he's supposed to. So with all that being said, we're going to get to some people here. We have a long line of people. And this guy, Matthew, he has been in. He DM'd me on Instagram earlier, I do believe, saying that he would be here. He's been in here since before the stream started. Shout out you, my friend.
You have no idea how excited I am for this, man. Just want to say thank you so much, man. You put out some great contact. You single-handedly save a lot of my car rides, long car rides, always put on the pod. So we're going to talk about some takeaway. I got a Will Howard jersey on. Big fan. But my God, Drew Aller, it looked like I was watching prime Josh Allen mixed with prime Ben, mixed with a little bit of Mahomes. My God, there's so much pop on that ball. That was fun to watch. I think we got a future in that guy. Maybe listen, we're gonna overreact. That's what this is for, right? But we may have a future with that guy. The run game, not great. You know, if it was the little Eli versus Caleb Johnson battle right now, I may cut them both. It didn't look great, but you know what? that is what it is. Patrick Graham, dude knows what he's doing. That D line looked real deep. He was moving guys around. It wasn't predictable like we saw with the Tomlin defense. Man, I love seeing that. Kane Weegan, I was harsh on that guy. I remember I was watching with my buddies, and he does a little kick return. He gets tackled me. I go, why the hell are we drafting this guy in the 4th round? And then, three plays later, he takes us to the house, and I'm getting heckled by everybody. So you know what? Apologies. Hand up accountability on my end from that. Um, and my last little takeaway is why not cut Mason, man? Not only do we got Will Harris the QB2, let's put Drew Allers the QB2. Damn it. I mean, if Rodgers goes down, I feel confident either one of them. And if Howard ends up sucking, which let's be honest, it's a good possibility. I'll say it here, as much as a big fan that I am, like if there's a possibility it happens. Dude, let's see Aller run the QB2 reps. I mean, my God, that game got me fired up, man. I'm loving it.
So I like that you brought up the running game, first of all. I don't know what they're doing to Caleb Johnson. They gave him 2 carries. He was the 3rd running back to get a carry at all, but he had the least amount of touches of any running back. I mean, there's no choice but for me to be like, that guy's probably getting cut. It just doesn't seem like they have any interest in having him on this football team anymore. It's been apparent throughout camp. It's been apparent. I mean, especially tonight. You said it very well. And then Caden Weegan, I have to apologize to Caden Weegan as well, because I'm not backing down on my draft take of him. But what I am going to apologize for is the fact that I'm like, this guy's no chance to develop as a receiver because he didn't do any of that in college. He's done more than I ever thought he would just in the first preseason game alone. So,
yep.
Then again, I have to apologize to Caden Weegan. Anything else? Any final things you'd like to say?
No, I mean, just honestly keep on. I know you said one of the videos you said earlier that you plan to cover this team as later as your goal. I hope you do that, man. I really hope you do because listen to you all the time in the car. I love your show, man. It's been awesome, and I do got one final thing. Like, I'm hoping for this new coaching staff that like McCarthy just takes the offense and runs with it. He lets Patrick Graham do his own thing on the defense, and we kind of got like a offensive coordinator as our head coach, and we just but man, that game really got me fired up. I saw a lot of great things.
I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for joining. We'll be doing this every game, so you're always welcome on. Recurring guest, Matthew.
Yeah, I absolutely will be. You'll see me a lot in here.
All right, sounds good. Do you think right now, if you had to put money on it, Will Howard or Mason Rudolph QB2? Final thing.
Oh my gosh, if it was life on the line, I think they're cutting Howard.
Ooh,
and right. I think he looked good today, right? Mason didn't look bad either, but this organization, like, why would you? And I'm saying this as a huge Howard fan. Why would you? Realistically, why would you cut a guy? Like, or why would you keep a guy when you know the 3rd string is better than him? And like, listen, we know what Mason is, and we don't really know what Howard is. So why would you, keep the guy who you don't know what it is when you know the 3rd string's probably better than him? Drew Aller.
And chat. That's coming from a guy who has a Will Howard jersey on right now. That's a good take.
It pains me to say it, but that man, like, I was so fired up after that Will Howard touchdown. Like, damn it, that was one of the best throws I've ever seen. Like, and then you just see the pop, and it's like, wow, like Will Howard looks like he's got a noodle arm compared to this guy. I mean, it pains me to say it, but that pop, it's right to the chest. It's to the chest, and I don't know. It's a different level. It looked like. I hate to say it, but.
All right, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. We'll talk to you soon, man. What a guy. What a good first caller. Will Howard jersey on, by the way. And he said that he thinks they're cutting him. Interesting.
That's the opposite of anything I thought that we would hear this entire time. I'm actually speechless after what?
That cannot be the trend. That has to be. That's unbelievable. Bongo, thank you for the 1,000 joules. Holy shit. Thank you. I appreciate you. Dogman, yes, I want to see the fantasy lineup. We'll get to it if you put it in chat. I'll address it at the end, I promise. Next caller here, I believe it was Andrew or Jude here. Andrew, you don't have a camera on right now. I prefer that we have people with camera on. So I'm going to put Jude on first quickly, and then we'll get to Andrew if he has a camera. Jude, Joey. How we doing? Penn State guy now.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Penn State alum. I'm a little biased, but like I don't want to keep it as the whole Drew Aller just slop fest show because don't get me wrong, I love this kid and Daniel Bryan and James Franklin should be put in prison for what they have put this kid through.
Yeah.
For having your number one receiver as a Mitchell Tinsley and Harrison Wallace and all these other randoms thrown out there. Julian Fleming, and he's had some great side stories the past offseason in his own personal life. But so happy for Drew. I love Drew with everything that he's done for Penn State. I think he's a great guy at working in student media at Penn State. He was one of the only nice guys to talk to us. Think he was great. In turn, on the Will Howard and the Mason Rudolph show, I think a lot of the stats on Will's side are inflated. You look at Green Bay's defense, and they had no idea what was going on after the first/second team was out. And people will mention oh, Will's playing second teams versus Drew playing third. No, they're all playing fourth and fifth Walmart baggers.
Yeah.
Like the amount of wide open throws that you have to a 31-year-old Bobby Tonyan. Like, what are we doing out here? Don't get me the throw that probably should have been a touchdown was good. He was able to loft it over a defender, but nothing that Will did impressed me. I thought he was scared under the pocket. I thought that he was trying to get out of the pocket more like he used to do in college and just have, Jeremiah Smith's down there somewhere. Number 4 overall pick, Carnell Tate's down there. So nothing surprised me with that. You asked, right now, gun to your head, who's going to be this QB2? Yeah. I am so confident that it should be Drew. I don't even think that they need the 2 other people to compete, because let's say you're making a playoff push and everything is just similar throughout the playoff season and Aaron goes down. Who are you most confident throwing out there? What you have for the future, or Mason Rudolph 1-6 in his last 7 games and Will Howard, who the hell knows? You're going to go with the upside play.
You know, you bring up an interesting point. I tweeted out, who cares who wins the Steelers QB2 battle when you have
exactly.
I think Drew Aller playing so good hurts Will Howard more than anybody, because he can be the young guy that the Steelers have. Because what the Steelers are trying to do with Will Howard is pretty obvious. They want him to have what Drew Aller had. If Will Howard had that game, the Steelers franchise would be happier because the decision would be a lot easier. We'd be talking about how Mason Rudolph should be cut tomorrow because it would be already over. It makes it so much clearer in my mind, because Drew Aller played so well, that it should just be Mason Rudolph. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, I think if I had to pick 100%. One to be cut right now, it would be Will Howard. And again, he didn't play bad. He didn't do anything. But him and Mason had essentially the same game.
I told you earlier in the week, if Mason plays just slightly worse or even the same, how can you justify keeping Will over Mason when one guy has NFL starting degree at that point? He's been in the NFL, he's played multiple games. How can you trust Will to go out there when another guy's won games in the NFL? And he's been bad lately, but again, you can still at least trust him to throw him out there if you really have to bandage yourself up. It all just depends truly with them. But I tweeted at you as well, and I think that you liked it. I don't even think that the biggest winner is anything on that. I think Broderick Jones being not talked about, but Charlie Batch had to constantly say, dude, this guy's been great tonight, and nobody's talking about him, and that's how you know he's good. When nobody talks about an offensive lineman, and he was at guard at some points, pulling left tackle, right tackle, he didn't have issues like Troy did. He picked it up immediately, and who would have thought that 3 weeks ago when nobody even knew if he was going to be at camp to start? And it's great to see what he can do, and I'm excited to keep going with that. But I'm worried about Troy, because last year the Texans game to end the year was really bad, and the penalties have been bad with him lately in his last couple starts, even towards the end of the regular season last year. So it's interesting. I think that Cook and Fatanu were really bad, but Broderick Jones is great. Can't complain.
I'm very glad you brought that up, because I did see him in there at guard at some points. And they were just throwing him around everywhere. And again, like you said, Charlie Batch did mention on the broadcast, he was good. When you're not talking about an offensive lineman, that's a good thing. So then again, if Broderick Jones is really turning the corner, and the Steelers panicked and drafted Max Ihanichor in the first round, and I think Ihanichor is going to be good. I think you should start week 1. I'll keep saying it.
100%.
What is that? How do you? That just makes everything look bad. That makes the whole process look bad. Am I crazy here, Sam?
No, I don't think you're crazy at all. Look, we know who they wanted to draft at that spot. So, but hey, the guy they got instead at receiver hey,
Hey,
roll tide, you know what I mean? But anyway, but yeah, the process does it does kind of reek, and everybody attribute it to the late into the they were late to the game as far as draft whatever. But like, look, I don't know. It does kind of put him in a pickle, but I mean, you can't complain when Broderick played as well as he did, right? Like
yeah.
he truthfully did have a really good game. So if you end up having just getting spoiled with riches, that I guess that's fine, right? But and like
Ramon
I mean,
Foster has checked in as the extra eligible lineman.
Yep. Yep.
yeah, he runs some jumbo, you know what I mean? Just but I don't know. It wouldn't be a great look because all we were hearing is this guy's pretty much done. Yeah, you're probably never going to hear about Project Jones ever again. And all of a sudden, like, dude, he's all the way back, in my opinion, right? Like he had a pretty good game. So I don't know. It definitely something to monitor. And it's kind of funny because the Steelers this whole offseason kind of feels like they're like getting really lucky and like kind of stumbling their way into success in some ways with Ihanachor being a great pick. I mean, I think a lot of people would agree that that's probably
Gabriel
going to be a
Rubio.
really good pick. Yeah,
Gabriel
He
Rubio.
made a
flying
tackle
around
20 yards
tonight.
down the field.
He did.
What is that?
Are
was
they?
running
So
around.
the question is: are they evil geniuses, or are they? Is it just insane dumb luck? We'll never know, really.
We never will.
Is Omar the con artist is back? Do we need to turn that dial back up? Is that where we are?
We maybe he may have been freaking out in the war room round one, and like we may never see Broderick Jones at his full potential. The worst possible outcome here is that Broderick Jones gets buried on the depth chart, which is already happening. That's a foregone conclusion at this point. But then he goes somewhere next year and actually turns out to be good. There's a history of the Steelers doing that.
Kevin
with their linemen.
Dotson.
Exactly. Look at Kevin Dotson. All right, Jude. Good call. Any parting thoughts?
No, I'm excited to see what happens with the linebacking core. I'm a lot more comfortable now with Roberts coming back, but again, didn't get to see him play. I think that arguably the two biggest winners of like people that you wouldn't have expected were the two rookies that everybody were pissed about drafting in Rubio and Weegit.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see where they go, and I'm excited. I truly do think that they're not going to trot Mason out there because they know what they have next week or probably game 3, and just let Drew and Will battle it out to see what Will can do. And it'll be interesting to see what they do the rest of the preseason, but hopefully we can see a little bit of action more with the cornerbacks. I love what they're doing, and they're moving around with Everett and Asante. Everything was perfect on that side of the ball for the defensive end, and looking forward to more Patrick Graham blitz coverages. So beautiful defense on that side. But
Absolutely.
Great talking to you guys.
All right. Good to talk to you, my friend. Hope to see you again soon. Good call right there. And he brought up an interesting point. I agree with him that I would rather just see Howard and Aller.
Oh, yeah.
Like first half, second half next week. Because, I mean, we know what Mason is, obviously, right? That's what everybody says. So why are we seeing him? I think Will Howard did get screwed over a little bit tonight. Just a little bit. Because Mason Rudolph went in for a couple of drives when he probably only should have played one. And, what does that do right there? That is just taking reps away from Will Howard. So I do think that he got kind of screwed over in that regard. Bongo with $10. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Eli Heidenreich was a disappointment tonight. I kind of expected more from him. What do you think, Joey? I'll tell you what about Eli Heidenreich. He got more touches than Caleb Johnson, which is worth something. I think that they're trying to find any way to justify keeping this guy, even if it comes at the expense of Caleb Johnson. What did I talk about last stream? He sells jerseys. One of at least top 5 jerseys that I've seen, like in terms of how many people have them on at training camp. Heidenreich's up there. It's unbelievable. He moves merchandise. He's a good story. He's a hometown kid, and he provides versatility, which Mike McCarthy, he's all about the guys that can play 3 different positions. Maybe they're jack of all trades, master of none. That's Eli Heidenreich. That's what Mike McCarthy likes.
Christian McCaffrey, right?
So put up the same combine numbers as Christian McCaffrey. But he was inefficient tonight. I don't know how much to put into that though, because he missed a couple of practices with the injury, and this was his first game action back in well over a week. So again, second, third preseason game, I anticipate seeing a lot more of Heidenreich as they try to justify keeping him. Hopefully,
They're going to try their dang best at keeping him. I mean, what was it, 9 touches tonight, 21 yards. I mean, it was really just a nothing burger from him, which is like, if you were like, hey, call out a stat line, it would be kind of similar to that before the game, right? Like, kind of just like, you didn't really expect a whole lot to begin with, but like, it's just tough. But then who do you keep, right? Because it's, you have Rico and Jalen, but like you talk about the other backs, Lou Nichols looked pretty solid tonight. So it's going to be, especially with the 4 quarterback situation, which I'm leaning towards they're going to cut someone. Someone's got to get cut.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. It's just, in general, just a very interesting situation. But we'll see what they do with him. We'll see.
Yeah. Drew Aller is going to be good. I'm telling you, says Eggroll. Eggroll also says, can you still call in? Yes, there should be a link pinned. If it's not pinned, it's like up towards the top of the chat. So I'm sorry if you have to scroll up. It is all the way in the top. He says, Joey, how do I call it? I'm telling you, if it's not pinned, it's at the top of the chat. Someone should do that. Any other? All right, we'll get to Andrew, our next caller here. Andrew, I didn't know it was you, my friend. How are you doing? I'm sorry I called
it's
you
me.
out and said that you had to turn on your camera. My bad.
Oh, it's all good, man. First off, just want to say, Joey, great job with the content leading up to the preseason game. A lot of the stuff you've been talking about, they talked about on the broadcast, how everyone's camps have been going. So great job with that.
Thank you.
Don't apologize about Caden Wet Jeans. We are calling him that. The DB fell down, and that is the only reason that he took that like 60 yards yak. And like in the third quarter, the broadcaster said the one thing that we drafted this guy for, returning, the Steelers did not start beyond the 20-yard line, like halfway through the third quarter. He stinks at the one thing that we drafted him for.
He had that tough fake punt reception thing, though. That was there was 2 of them.
That's the highlight of our returner.
He's a tricksy guy. All right. Art was glazing him like crazy on the broadcast. I was cackling watching that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Get Art Rooney in the booth every single Steelers broadcast, please.
It was funny how excited Art Rooney got when he's like, "Oh, here's Caden Weegan," and he did the like fake cat. Like, that was a good moment on the broadcast. I like that. While you were talking about the broadcast there, let me say something. I like Bob Pompiani. I like him a lot. He was not good tonight. It was not good. It wasn't good. Wasn't a clean play-by-play. Maybe I'm nitpicking. Maybe I'm being a little harsh on the guy. Wasn't a fan. Charlie Batch, he was fine. Other than that, Bob Pompiani, all right. But there is something to be said about how good Weegan looked as a receiver compared to a return guy. I mean, everybody knows the gimmick I'm going to run. People told me, Joey, don't overreact. You're not going to be complaining when he takes kicks out to the 40-yard line. Did he take one out to the 25 all game? Did he do that? I think he had one. Out to the 29.
The first return to like the 30, yeah, they got called back.
I was jumping up and down, by the way, when he got about past the 26-yard line. I'm like, but yeah, no. Oh, geez. It's funny, but 79 receiving yards. The DB did fall down, kind of. It's disputable, really, at the end of the day. But yeah, there's so many memes. They just everything's so funny. With this team, really, at the end of the day.
I do have to apologize to Caden Wet Jeans. I was ready to call him Caden Wet Jeans because he was running like he had wet jeans on, when he was returning it, and then he went and he had the 65-yard catch and he made Drew Aller look really good. And then he caught the touchdown. Him and Drew Aller, that's the connection. And yes, it was against future Walmart baggers, as Jude said, our last guest, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we have to talk about what actually happened, and that's what actually happened. All right, Andrew. Any parting thoughts? Any final thoughts? Things you want to say? People you want to thank?
Shout out Asante Samuel Jr. That dude balled out tonight.
That dude's awesome. He's been the best player in Latrobe all camp, in my humble opinion. I think we saw that tonight. Thank you for calling in, Andrew. Appreciate you, my friend. Asante Samuel, good point. I can't believe we didn't bring him up earlier because Yeah, that's a guy. It's not even like he's a camp darling anymore. He just deserves to play. Period.
Yeah.
Vincent, are you taking a lot of sips out of your soda here? Vincent's calling you out here. Is that one of your buddies next to you or something? Is
What
he
is
in
that?
chat yelling
Vincent?
at you?
No, I don't know.
He said-
Vincent, it's empty now.
He
I
said
had to get. I had to get locked in. I got to get that caffeine. I'm not gonna sleep tonight, but I'm yawning on the couch and everything. I gotta dial in. Is that Paul?
I got the Paul Skeens cup from when he was actually good.
Do I have
This
time to
is-
tell a story about Paul Skeens, or is that frowned upon?
No. Go ahead, quick. I like it.
So the LSU gymnastics came here to Alabama last year for a gymnastics meet. Obviously, Livy Dunn is on the team and all this stuff. And I thought it'd be funny to wear a Pirates jersey to the gymnastics meet, just for fun, because obviously Paul Skeens and everything. And I get in there, and this old dude runs up to me, and I was like, "What the heck?" He's like, he's here, right?" I was like, "Who?" And he's like, "Paul is here." I was like, "Oh, okay, man." And I was like, "This is just some like redneck dude." I mean, I'm in Alabama. It's some redneck dude just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
whatever." I'm like, "Okay." And we get these like special student seats behind the bleachers or whatever. And we get down there, and lo and behold, I see Paul Skeens like right in front of me. And so I walk down there to go try to talk to Paul Skeens. I'm like, dude, literally in a Pirates jersey. Who else in Tuscaloosa, Alabama is in a Pirates jersey at this thing? And I go down to try to talk to him, and he had a security team with him, and they were like, "No, it ain't happening." I was like, "What?" So basically, what I'm trying to say is Paul Skeens he's not my guy right now anymore. But
And then he hasn't been playing good this year, and it's all because he didn't
He
let
jinxed
Sam say
himself.
what's up. He did. He jinxed himself.
in
Joey
a Pirates
apologized.
jersey.
You were in a Pirates jersey?
That's what I'm saying. I was in a Pirates jersey.
What? Paul Skeens, man. I got a bone to pick with you, maybe. Goose says, Joey, what's the lore behind that one Pickens IG story post? I'll add Justin here. What one in particular? What Pickens IG story post are we talking about? Are we talking about the one where he said "free me" and like it's the guy and he's like laughing? Is that the one you're talking about? Because there's some good lore behind that one. But there's also the one night that like he's posting straight ass on his Instagram story. Anyways, Justin, welcome to the show. How are you doing, my friend?
What's up, guys? I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course, my friend. Any big takeaways or things you want to talk about from the game in particular?
A couple. First of all, I got the Muth jersey on. Just shameless plug there. I have somewhat of a unique takeaway, I think. Just a lot of buzz around the quarterbacks. Gun to your head, Drew Aller or Will Howard. I don't really care. Pull the trigger. I'm not ready yet. But I'm not going to overreact to that, but I will be overreacting to something else. I have been in the shadows for the past 3 years. I used to make Steelers content, and I've been flying under the radar because I've been heavily disappointed by the coaching staff throughout the years, and I'm ready to overreact. We scrapped the entire coaching staff, brought in an offensive-minded guy who went out there, whether or not the defense was disguising looks or anything like that, schemed up a perfect game. That's why those Will Howard throws looked effortless. It's because he was play action, roll out. There's a tight end wide open. I think he couldn't have schemed that game more perfect. Love Patrick Graham. The biggest weakness on our team is inside linebacker, and that is what he's known for. Every single year he's been a defensive coordinator, there's been an unexpected guy who's dang near making the Pro Bowl or just on the outs of that. So I'm super excited about the coaching. I think this team could go a very far way, and I'm pumped. So that's my main takeaway. Is I don't really care about the buzz around the quarterbacks. I think they were schemed up to have excellent games tonight, and that's why they did.
So your main takeaway is more like you like the coaching staff. You think the coaching
Absolutely
staff stole the show. I love that. I kind of alluded to it at the beginning here where I said like Mike McCarthy calling plays. A lot of the quarterback's success is directly attributed to him. I don't think he didn't like take too many shots down the field. He's not trying to do anything fancy. He's just trying to get these guys to hit the layups. And I think that's perfect for the first preseason game. I would like to see a little bit more in the second game and the third game because they have the decision to make at quarterback.
Yep.
I want to see him take more shots with Will Howard. I want to see him be able to play more freely. I want to see Mason Rudolph even, although Mason Rudolph doesn't like to take a lot of risk or something. But
yep.
I mean, like you said, you don't care who the backup quarterback is. I think it's the biggest talking point right now, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. That's kind of the takeaway of today.
Pretty much. Yeah, I definitely want to see them get some reps with the first team. That offensive line looked abysmal, but that could actually work to their benefit. See if they can make some throws under pressure, things like that. I also want to see the offensive line look a little bit better, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I just want to see them back behind the first team, see if they can make those reads that they'll be making during the regular season. So yeah.
All right. As we kind of close out here, thank you for the call. Great call, great insight. I like to talk about the coaching staff. That's good. Why is Jamichael Myers in the chat asking me what you think about losing Calvin Austin? Is there a reason for that?
I believe that's one of my friends, and he's a Giants fan, and I love Calvin Austin. I have a signed card, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm very disappointed. But we got Caden Wheatgen. We're fine.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, so take that, Jamichael. Who needs Calvin Austin? You can enjoy him whenever. Listen, he's a Giants fan. Jackson Dart, he's going to have Matt Nagy calling plays for him with Brian Callahan and Greg Roman involved in the offense. That is the, literal coaching staff of doom and despair. Not a Giants page. The only time I hope to talk about the Giants all season long. Terrible. Justin, any parting words before we let you go?
I think our ceiling is 13 wins.
Whoa. I don't know. If I'm there
17 wrong,
but I like it. Justin, thank you for the call. He used to run a very good Instagram page, Kevin Dotson season. I don't know if you were familiar with him, Sam, but he was when I first started my account way back when. He was big in the space. Good guy. Justin, thank you for the call. All right. I have a couple more callers here. Anybody in chat that we need to address here? Missed the first part of the stream. What do we think of Aller and Howard? Who's Will Howard? We're done with him. It's all about Drew Aller here now. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. I believe that is one of my friends. That was funny that he's like, because it seems like Jamichael thought that Justin was going to have a big reaction to losing Calvin Austin, because then we were going to have an issue. Then I was going to have to be like, Justin, we don't need to get this upset about Calvin Austin. We don't need to be doing that. Only Steelers fans overreact to preseason. I mean, it's overreaction season. That's what preseason's for.
That's what we do. That's what
it's for. I don't think there are definitely a lot more fan bases overreacting to preseason. That's literally what this is for. Yeah. Shout out Kevin Dot's season. Streets won't forget him. All right, this next guest I'm going to have on here. I see a jersey that I don't like, but I like the helmet. This is fun right here. He's got the full Kenny Pickett costume on. Look at this guy.
How's it going, Joey? How's it going, Sam? Thanks for having me on here.
Of course, my friend.
So, I mean, in case you couldn't tell, I'm a big fan of special teams, and I noticed Danny Smith. That's what I noticed. I miss him, and yeah, it's troubling me right now.
Well, let me ask you this. If Kenny Pickett was out there tonight for the Steelers, does he outperform any of the Steelers quarterbacks? Does he have a better game than Rudolph, Howard, not Aller? The thing about Kenny Pickett is, did he ever have a career game in the NFL where he had 3 or more total touchdowns? I don't think so. So therefore, Drew Aller has already had a better game than Kenny Pickett has ever had in his entire professional career. But this isn't it. I'm sorry. I know you're a big fan. I'm not trying to let the Kenny Pickett hate come out. It just happens. All right. I apologize.
Yes. No, absolutely. Well, from my experience watching the games, I haven't seen any other quarterback score a game-winning touchdown on an underthrow. So, and also, I mean, 2 gloves. Who can grip it like that? I mean, come on.
Who else can do that?
So, I mean, Will definitely. Yeah, I'd start him over Will. Mason's pushing the line. I don't know about Mason, but yeah.
He looked pretty bad in that Hall of Fame game, though. That was.
I mean, Haynes King went out and snatched his chain.
Yeah, friend of the program, Haynes King. Of course, that. But Kenny. I regret to inform you both that I also have the Kenny Pickett jersey and was on the hype train. So
Good point here by Darkstorm. Pickett did have a very good preseason. Kenny is the king of preseason, I guess, a little bit. So maybe we're all glazing Will Howard, or not Will Howard. We're glazing Drew Aller a little bit much because Kenny Pickett went out there perfect passer rating in the preseason. Chris, any parting thoughts before we let you go? Thank you for the call. I love the get up. I absolutely love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. My final thought, just Roman Wilson. He took on that number 14, and he's not living up to the number 14.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing. I mean,
I was very sad to see Roman Wilson record one catch and get his chain snatched. He's not a preseason training camp demon. That may be all he is, unfortunately. Chris, thank you for the call, my friend. I hope to see you
guys.
I hope to see you in your Kenny Pickett outfit after every game. That was awesome. I did not expect to see when I saw him in like the thing here. I don't know if you can see the stage the way I do, but
I don't think so.
He's in a little box in the bottom, and I can see his helmet and his jersey on backwards. And I'm like, this is going to be awesome. Bongo says Justin might be off the fart gas. 13 wins. Joey, what is your take on Steel City Recaps constantly saying franchise QB or Hall of Fame QB on Will and Drew? Kind of can't stand that guy's glaze content. Well, I'll tell you what. Steel City Recaps, he's in the business of engagement and clicks. That's what he cares about. And Steel City Recaps, if you met him in real life, I've met him quite a few times. He's a good guy. But with that kind of thing, he's obviously just baiting. He's called himself the clip farm guy, the rage bait guy. That's what he's trying to do. So yes, that kind of content is meant to get you pissed off like that. So he's glazing everybody because he can get the most clicks possible. Someone like me, who is very much on the side of like, I want to see Drew Aller succeed more than all of these guys. I'm not going to get as many clicks as someone like him who's going to hype everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's his content format. It's a little bit different. But 13 wins for the Steelers. I'm hammering the under. Hammering.
Is it crazy? I don't know.
No, we're not doing this. This is what we're talking about with the overreactions after preseason. That's a little bit too much.
DK Metcalf will punch his way there, okay?
DK Metcalf will punch his way there. He's proven time and time again that he will punch people to get what he wants.
You can't beat Caden Weegent. You got Jeremy Bernard, Roman Wilson. You're not even talking about top two receivers. I think little Lombardi is here. 17 wins is here. I think, look, it's time. It's time to confront reality. But no, I think a good line is probably what is their actual win total? What's the line?
8.5.
8.5. I would pretty confidently hit the over on that. I guess like that schedule is probably semi-difficult, right? But
yeah,
8.5. They're winning 9 games.
Me and Jack went through the schedule a couple of weeks ago, and we counted 9 wins, and that's before preseason. I'm not even going to look at it or try to envision how many wins until a little bit closer to the season. But yeah, 9 and 8, get 13 wins. Bongo, that's crazy. Off the fart gas, you might be. I don't know. You might not be far off. We're gonna get our next caller, Lucas. Lucas, my friend, how are we doing? Welcome to the
long
show.
time listener. Everybody turn on the bells for Joey. He's been putting his work in, bro. Every time I'm right on YouTube, bro. I watch you all the time. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I haven't missed the game in 13 years. I'm gonna be real. I don't know shit. I don't know where to look. I just look at the quarterback. But like, let me just say this. I think it's been said it over and over. But Drew Aller, I didn't know we drafted Josh Allen in the 3rd round. And Caden Wetjan, I don't know we had what's his name, Julian Edelman in the slot. I don't know if we had him. I'm just fucking around, but seriously, like I'm so happy that we actually have NFL coordinators. I know someone mentioned that recently, but I'm so glad we actually have NFL caliber coordinators. Like even those slants on the side. I know we did like when Kenny was like hitting stuff in the preseason, like we were doing like middle of field passes and stuff. I don't know why we just like went away from that. Like in the preseason when Kenny was like cooking, obviously Super Bowl winner Kenny Pickett, by the way. But yeah, I'm just excited for the season. Like Drew Aller's balling. Our cornerback depth is insane. Like I know Asante Samuel was mentioned. Like secondary depth is finally there. If Broderick can hold up, we have some lineman depth. Like I'm excited for the season. Like obviously inside linebackers are probably our weakest, but Landon Roberts, like shit. Like I love Landon, man.
Dude, he's awesome.
That run
I love
stuff is just, oh my god! I'm so happy for football, man. Like today, I was in a good mood for this reason. I think I'm just so happy football's back. It's like, yeah, I don't know what to say, but I'm excited for the season.
Dude, this game has definitely reignited. The passion is back. I'm ready for the season. I'm ready to get hurt again. I'm ready to watch the Steelers. If you had
first round of yeah.
First round,
we know the story. Yeah,
rinse and repeat. All right.
Yeah, but
Lucas, we're gonna ask every caller here. If you had to pick one, Mason or Howard, who's getting cut? Who's staying?
Oh my god!
I love this question.
It's like because if A-Rod goes down, what's the point? Is my but then you have Will Howard as like I know Drew Aller's the project, and Will Howard's kind of like like you know what you get in him in a way. Like I if you're thinking like deep, even then you can't. It's so hard to say anything because Will Howard you could see and maybe he can develop into something, but like you have the Drew Aller project to just focus on. I think you just keep Drew. If you I would keep Drew and Will. You know what you have in Mason? Like you're gonna win a couple games. Like if A-Rod goes down, you might as well just tank and you just get a higher draft pick at that point. Like there's Mason, we know what we have, and I love Mason. I've always loved Mason. Even when he was getting clowned when he had the face mask off, I'm like, bro, this guy's like actually decent. He just needs some like confidence, and look at him now. And I was a fan favorite, right? I loved Mason from the jump. Like even when he was getting carried off the field with his face mask off, which was a bad look. I love Mason, but I would actually cut Mason, keep Will. See, maybe Will develops into some crazy like I don't know. Okay, like you know what you get in Mason. You put Drew Aller QB2. Like if A-Rod goes down the season, like just pack it up, put Drew Aller in, like or Will Howard, like have a friggin' Joe Montana, Steve Young kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like just who cares? Who cares at that point? Like let's be real.
Exactly, dude. All right. Well, thank you for calling, my friend. You're from Canada, you said?
Toronto, Canada. I drive. I'm probably gonna drive 6 hours down for a game. Like I fucking love this shit. I literally live for fucking Steelers football. I don't know a lot. Like I know it is verbiage, a bunch of stuff. Like maybe I know a little bit, but like I haven't missed a game in 13 years. Like I live for this shit. I love Steelers football.
Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate you watching.
Of course, bro. Put
like
the notifications on for Steeler by Joey, guys. Come on. This guy's putting his work in, man.
So much content coming this season. Lucas, I appreciate you, my friend. Hope to see you in another stream. Maybe next week. We'll see you next week.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, my friend.
See you guys.
I'll talk to you soon. What a good guy. Look at that. We've gone international. We got people from Canada calling in. It's global. Look at what Drew Aller has done to the people. The three-game stretch 2023 for Mason Rudolph won't be forgotten. I won't forget about it. That's for certain. Who is that dunking the ball? That's a Pitt fan. I know that. I don't want to say, is that Kyle Lewis? God, I love Kyle Lewis. I love me some Kyle Lewis. I wanted to bring this up during your Paul Skeens conversation. Did I tell you about my experience with Ty Simpson at the Senior Bowl?
No, I don't think so.
No? All right. So I'm at the Senior Bowl, right? And Ty Simpson, he got invited, but like he didn't accept. He wasn't there. He wasn't throwing or anything. But my buddy Ryan, I'm there with, he writes for the same website I do. We're there and we look behind us, and like literally sitting directly behind us is Ty Simpson with his agent and another guy with an Alabama hat. I don't know. It might have been a coach. I don't know what it wasn't. DeBoer. I know that for certain, but it was an Alabama coach or representative of some kind. And we're like, holy shit. Like that's Ty Simpson, right? And I feel bad for him because I'm not gonna say anything to him. Like he's got his hood over his head. He's really trying not to be noticed. But a fan, we're in the upper deck, a fan from the lower deck, like I see him like point at him and like start talking to their kids, and these kids run up and like they're bombarding him for autographs. I'm like, they must have been really loud because there was a line like down the stadium to get an autograph and picture from Ty Simpson. And he was very clearly not trying to be noticed at all. I felt so bad for him, dude.
Well, that's tough because that's, I mean, you're in Mobile, right? So that's Alabama territory. Like, yeah, everybody's like, oh, whoa, that's Ty. Yeah, I can't even imagine. That's, jeez, because that's only a couple hours south. But no, that is crazy. I hadn't heard that. That's, man, and he's a man of the people. He'll do it though. You know,
he was so nice to everybody.
Dude, I absolutely love that guy. I hope he has. I mean, I don't want to go off on a Rams tangent or whatever, but I just hope he has such a good career. His tapes look pretty good out of camp too. Like, I hope he wins Super Bowls with the Rams. Hopefully not against the Steelers, but
I've been drafting Ty Simpson in all kinds of dynasty leagues. For those of you that listen, you know I'm a big dynasty guy. Love me some Ty Simpson. Somebody asked, they were like, how many more picks are going to get autoed? Because we have the standard dynasty league, and like it's been taking so long, and I should have known that this was going to happen, but there's like inactive people already, and they're getting autoed in like the rookie draft. So like to answer your question, how many picks are going to get autoed? Probably at least like 5 more. At least.
Oh man.
The picture's MJ Devonshire. That's unfortunate as a WVU guy. I remember, I'll never forget watching the ball bounce off of Bryce Ford Wheaton's hands right into the waiting arms of MJ Devonshire. That was a terrible day. We're going to add Reef next. Reef is a good friend of mine. His phone is down now. Oh, he just picked it up. He's ready to go. Reef, how we doing, my friend?
Bro, we're doing so good, bro. Oh, my God, yeah. Bro, Drew Aller is literally Josh Allen. Like, wait, Sam, I can't hear you.
I didn't say anything.
I might have to rejoin, Joey. I might have to rejoin.
Oh, you can't hear Sam. I can hear Sam fine.
Can you hear me right now?
All right.
Hello.
Here, let me rejoin.
All right. We'll get Reef back in. I don't know why he couldn't hear you, but he could hear me just fine.
Did the other guys hear me?
I think they could. They were conversing with you. Vincent,
I didn't say anything when he said that. What just happened?
Shout out Reef, man. Vincent says genuine joy.
That was pure joy out of Reef. I love that energy, but
he's pumped up about some Drew Aller football. The people are loving the Collins. This has been a lot of fun. This, I'd say, not over yet. We still have a couple of people that I want to get in, but huge success. We're going to do this every week. This has been a lot of fun.
Oh,
I'm very happy with it. He's not playing for 2 to 3 years. Ty Simpson, that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Good with me. That's learn under Matt Stafford for 2 to 3 years. That's perfect. Like best landing spot you could possibly get other than Pittsburgh, right? Like for me, but like, yeah, love it. I absolutely love it.
He's not going to play for 2 to 3 years. Yeah, but I'm going to hold on to him in Dynasty for those 2 to 3 years, and I'm just going to watch him go up in value. Reef is rejoined. I don't see his cam or anything. Do I dare add him back? I think we're going to add him back. And he's just a box on the screen.
What is happening?
I don't know what's happening with Reef. All right, we're going to get Jacob in here while we wait for Reef, and then we'll get Reef in. Jacob, my friend, you've been waiting a long time. I appreciate you.
Gentlemen.
What's up, my friend?
I appreciate you guys. Joey, sick content, man. I've been watching for a while. I appreciate you, Sam.
Let's go, dude.
All the good stuff. All right. I got 2 big winners, and then I got a play of the night for you.
Let's do it.
2 big winners. Jeremy Bernard. Dude just looks like he belongs. He just looks like he belongs. And I mean, I was disappointed with Roman Wilson. I wanted to see so much more tonight. But Jeremy Bernard looks like he belongs, and Asante Samuel is the truth. He's the truth. And Joey Porter Jr. needs to wake up from his injury like yesterday.
His injury, yeah, his injury.
So those are my winners. But dude, like I say play of the night because I haven't felt joy like this as a Steelers fan in so long. 4th down, 4th and 1. I'm a Will Howard believer. I hate it. It's terrible. But like 4th and 1 to go for it in your own territory to throw the football, like Mike McCarthy's onto something. Like he's just onto something. I've never in my life, I thought for sure it was a hard count. I'm so used to just like punt. We're done. We're getting it out. No, we're like going for it on 4th down. We're throwing it in the end zone. I was having the time of my life tonight. It was unbelievable. And if we're gonna keep going for it on 4th down, I never want to see Cam Johnson in my life.
I agree. I love that you pointed out that particular play because then again, we've talked about it some, but I don't feel like we have given McCarthy enough credit for the way things look tonight. If nothing else, it is so incredibly refreshing to see someone going for it on first down, sees an offensive mind that's maybe scheming up plays for his quarterbacks. But then again, like we're sitting here saying 27 to 33 throwing the football tonight, where all the Steelers quarterbacks combined. I don't care if he's scheming them up. We haven't seen this good a quarterback play consistently in damn near a decade.
Since Duck Hodges, man. Right, seriously.
Exactly. Duck Hodges mentioned on the stream. I love it. Let's go. All right. Good play that you picked out. I love that. Any parting thoughts or anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Man, just keep Howard and cut Rudolph. I'm so sick of I'm so sick of the old Joey and Sam. I'm out with the old. I'm in with the new. If Howard stinks and you got to play him, just give us a top pick. I don't care. What's the big deal at this point? I love Mason Rudolph. I hope he does well wherever he goes, but please get out of my franchise forever.
Interesting. So I think we have a pretty even split of people that want Rudolph and want Howard here. I like it. Jacob, thank you for joining my
Appreciate you, fella.
Great points. And yeah, I love that you brought up that 4th and 1. Going for it and throwing the ball. Unbelievable. Stick and Puck Hockey says, Joey, take it easy on the Aller hype. You have to remember Big Ben says he prefers Howard. You know, the thing about Big Ben, too, is that he was, like me, a Kenny Pickett non-believer. He was against him. Now, Ben was rooting against him for different reasons. I was just like, this guy's not good. Ben had hate in his heart and was like, I don't want to see anybody do good because I'm the Steelers quarterback. He's got that kind of thing going on.
You don't hate that school that Kenny went to?
Oh, I hate the school Kenny Pickett went to. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But I also, I hate Pitt. All right. No, cat's out of the bag. I went to WVU. Everybody knows it. It's funny. Yeah, Kenny Pickett went to Pitt, but didn't like him as a prospect. I would have rooted for him. Hell, Kyle Lewis was my favorite guy down at the Senior Bowl. He was my favorite guy I got to talk to. He's from Pitt, so you can't say, oh, Joey just hates the guys from Pitt. But, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I don't like Pitt. But Big Ben, if he prefers Howard, that makes me feel even more vindicated that Drew Aller's the guy.
Yeah. Big Ben, I mean, you obviously love Big Ben, obviously, right? But, like, you kind of have to take a little bit of what he says in these situations with a grain of salt. Just because, you know, I don't know. Maybe, he was right about Kenny Pickett, right? He wasn't on the hype train, and
he was right. He was right.
So maybe he's right about this. I don't think so. He saw that championship at Ohio State and his eyes lit up, I guess. I don't know. But that's the one thing. Like, could you imagine if Ohio State didn't win that national championship? Imagine if Jack Sawyer doesn't get that ball, go down, and they beat Texas. Imagine Texas punches it in, wins the game. Are we even talking about this at all? Is this a conversation? Like, are people, Marvel what if? We need a college football what if, NFL what if, look, if they don't win a national championship, I don't know that there's any hype around this guy. I talked to like all kinds of people. They're like, oh yeah, Will Howard, it's a household name, you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about, dude? We can cut him. They can cut him. Like, I would cut Mason, but like, you can't be afraid to cut him just because he like won a national championship. I hope that's not the mindset. I don't think it is, but too many people are on that, and I'm just like, what are we doing?
Definitely. Interesting. If that national championship doesn't happen, are we still talking about it? I think Reef's back in here. We're going to add Reef.
I think it's really weird that when I tried to bring up, Drew Aller, there was a lot of miscommunication. I don't know what was happening. And it seems like I got shut off when I was trying to talk about Drew Aller. It was really weird. But
the Will Howard mob is trying to silence you, man. That's what's happening.
I guess. I mean, if that's what you want to call him, good euphemism. But no, I mean, we look so good. And dude, Mike McCarthy looked unbelievable. Like, my number one takeaway, obviously, Drew Aller. But second is, like, how good is Aaron Rodgers going to look in this offense? Like, this is exactly what they were running in Green Bay, 10 years ago. It's 2 times in the red zone for 2 touchdowns. You got the play action, boot out motion, and it looked great. And that's Aaron's bread and butter. And the most white pill, hope core, like, it felt it in my heart. 3rd and 8, we run a draw. And typically I'm like, well, like, we're just going to concede and take a field goal. And we go for it. We do it to go to 4th and short. And we take a shot downfield, and Drew Aller makes a great decision. So really hope core, really white pill, really feeling good about the Steelers, man. And we feel great, man.
I mean, good job by Mike McCarthy tonight, scripting the game, scheming the game as well. But if I had to nitpick McCarthy about one thing, and I don't want to be like, oh, he sucked, because I do think he was phenomenal tonight. I get it's preseason. I get it's first game. A lot of penalties tonight, particularly in the first half. 8 personal fouls in the first half. Mike McCarthy teams are notoriously some of the most penalized teams in the league. So not panicking. Maybe it's just a one-off. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. I'm watching that. That'd be my one negative thing I'd say about McCarthy. But other than that, I mean, no complaints about it whatsoever.
Right. And it is the first game of the season, So
yeah. So if you had to pick one right now, who are we cutting? Are we cutting Mason? We cutting Will?
Get him the fuck out of here. Bro, this guy sucks. Did you see? Like, he made every throw, but it's just like lob. It's like little kid football. It's like just no ball, just lobbing it everywhere. And you see Drew Aller come in and it's zipping. There's no arm talent with this guy. I mean, it's just unbelievable that there's Will Howard truthers, whatever that is. It's unbelievable.
If I had to rank the quarterbacks, I would definitely put Will Howard last in terms of how he played tonight, because the 4th down play in particular, where he converted one, it was Ben Skoranek. It was about a 15-yard gain. He rolled out. It was not on time. It was a lollipop of a throw. But Ben Skoranek was butt naked open. If Ben Skoranek is anything less than butt naked open, he's not completing that pass. And keep in mind, Skoranek had to jump up for it, made a great catch on it. I don't know, man. Stuff like that, the little stuff, again, maybe we're reading too much into it. But then again, it feels like Mason still has a hold of this thing, and people just don't want to admit it. Is there a chance they keep 4? Yeah, but I don't think they can. I don't think they can or will.
Well, it's like you got to have someone that's a backup, that's a veteran. You can't have 2 guys in there that have no NFL experience. Like, that'd be ridiculous to do. So you got to choose between Drew or Will, and it's like, I mean, it's obvious at this point.
I agree. All right, Reef. Thank you for joining. This is a long time coming.
Of course.
We'll have you on again. I hope to see you in the streams here.
Good to see you, Joey. Good to see you, Sam. Have a good night, all right?
Hey, have a wonderful
good
night,
night,
my friend. What a legend, that guy.
A dog.
We'll answer some questions here. We have one more person queued up to join here. Trey is going to be I believe our final guest of the night, but we're going to answer a couple of questions first. What does the tight end 3 convo look like? I'll tell you what it looks like. It's Robert Tonyan, end of discussion. Jaheim Bell has been rendered obsolete. Lake McCree's an undrafted guy who they'll probably keep on the practice squad. It's Robert Tonyan, and that's it. That's what
he was cooking. He was in the lab tonight.
He was.
I did not expect that out of him tonight at all. I mean, I guess I should have, knowing the coaching staff and the history and everything, right? But like, I mean, good for him, right? You and I were kind of dogging on him a little bit last time we chatted. It was, but he did good things. Like, you can't really like say he didn't. It's kind of a situation where it's almost a man amongst boys, right? Where you've got Unk out here with all but I don't know. It's an upgrade over the tight end situation last year. So we're fine. It's good.
Yeah, we're fine. It's good. It's an upgrade because we're not going to have Jonnu Smith on the field. That's what it is. Jacob, who was a caller earlier and made a couple of really good points. Biggest loser of the night, the entire Packers organization. They have nothing past their starters. I don't know how you feel about the Packers in general, if you've given the Packers much thought heading into this year. I'm not there. Don't think so. I think there's a chance that they're last in that division. I really do. That could come back to bite me in the ass. But, I mean, Vikings.
That's not crazy.
I don't know how much Kyler Murray raises the ceiling there. I think the Bears are definitely better. The Lions are definitely better. And the Packers are going to be out without Micah Parsons for at least the first month, if not longer. So, and they're banking on Matthew Golden breaking out. I think Golden will be all right. You're not a Matthew Golden guy, it looks like. And then they gave $160 million combined to Christian Watson and Jaden Reed. Good God.
Jaden Reed is on my dynasty team, so I need him to pop off. But no, I can't say that I'm heavily following Green Bay, but I peg them for about third in that division. I really have a hard time with Minnesota. Like, I get you have Justin Jefferson, but beyond that, and they have 9 though.
They have 9
for defeating Alabama in the Rose Bowl, right? So I don't know, but it did show a lot about Green Bay that there is no depth on that team. Yeah. Little to no depth at all. Their offense is really tragic at the end of the day. I think you're onto something. I don't think they'll be very good. I don't think it's a playoff team, but yeah.
As we add Trey here, there's been a final guest that's in the queue that I can't believe he's actually joining. This is going to be electric. But first, we'll get to my good friend Trey here. He's been in the queue for a while. Trey, how are we doing, my friend? Welcome to the show.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
We got you.
My fault. I just want to say that, like, the best part that I'm thinking about for next year is that our wide receiver core has gone from, like, average in a bad way to, like, average in a good way. If that makes sense. Like, and
that's
people
part of the night there.
Watching a Mike McCarthy offense this year is just going to be so much more enjoyable at the end of the day. I'm very excited for Jeremy Bernard. As my boy Sam knows, I was at the FSU Alabama game last year. It was a great time, not going to lie. Jaheim Bell was not being tolerated in this stream. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little mad about that. But anyway.
There was somebody were you the guy that commented about Jaheim Bell last week during a stream?
Yes,
okay. Okay.
Yes, yeah. That's my guy. I watched him play every single game at home in 2023. He was my sleeper. Like, you know, your 6th round, 7th round guy. He was like, when I was like, oh, I'm all over that guy. I wanted the Steelers to get him. But realistically, it's just going to be such a better football viewing experience at the end of the day this year compared to watching a fucking Mike Tomlin team.
Not wrong at all. So Trey, I'll ask you what we've been asking everybody: who's getting cut, Mason Rudolph or Will Howard after the first preseason
We're shipping
game?
Mason off for a 7th to someone. I hate to say it. Someone's gonna, like, he's not terrible. We'll cut him, because if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, do you really want to watch Mason Rudolph like march into like a 9-8 wild card game again? Probably in Buffalo. And we'll lose by fucking 21 again. It's like, I'd rather just lose. So, give me Will Howard.
Give him Will Howard. All right. Trey, any parting thoughts before we let you go? Thank you for calling in. We appreciate you.
No.
Go Lurs, no parting
baby.
thoughts.
Go I love Lurs. You, Joey. Been a follower for a minute. Appreciate the content.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you tuning in.
Have a good one, brother. Bye.
We'll talk to you soon. Maybe some more Jaheim Bell comments. Who knows? Shout out Trey, big Jaheim Bell guy. This last guest needs no introduction. He's probably what I'll ask you first, Jack, is how many drinks are you in right now?
More than a few, but here's the thing. I've popped in a couple times today. Twice, actually, to this stream. The first time I heard Paul Skeens and the Pirates were the first, like, 4 words I heard.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
The Skeens Cup, yeah.
Yep.
Apparently he's fat now, and that's why he sucks. Anyway, I don't know. That's a different topic. 2, I popped in again, and I heard JJ McCarthy. And I'm just like, what? Like, do they know I'm joining the stream, like, somehow, like, telepathically? Anyway,
What I wanted to say was, like, if another motherfucker utters the words Will Howard to me, I'm just like, just don't. Like, stop. It's enough. Like, have we not seen enough already? You should already know enough. Drew Aller, he might not be the future. He might be the future. But the thing is, there's a chance he's the future, and that is all that matters. There isn't a chance that Will Howard is the future. I have seen enough. I saw people twerking over that Howard throw that was almost a touchdown where Tanyan fell down at the one. Any real quarterback that's played for football for more than like 2 years in his life hits that throw. Like, stop. And these receivers were wide open that entire drive for Howard. Just stop it. Stop it. Okay, yeah, but Will Howard's first star. Get the fuck out of here. No, like, stop it. It's like I could have walked in there, dropped back, faked the handoff, fired that shit over the middle, Robert Tanyan, been done with it. It's not impressive. Not impressive at all. But yeah, Aller exceeded my expectations too, even as a massive truther. So I couldn't be happier right now.
Will Howard, and we talked about this with Reef. I'm sure you saw it too. A lot of the throws, like I hate to be that guy that's like the how it comes out of his hand, like the lollipop throw. That's what he was throwing. That's what he was throwing. There was an absolute difference in what we saw from Drew Aller in the way he was throwing the ball, in the way that Will Howard was throwing the ball. It didn't look like they were playing the same sport, with all due respect. I think we know where you stand on the you want Mason Rudolph back as the backup, don't you?
Well, like, to me, it's I don't give a shit. Either one of them can fuck off. I don't care. As long as we got Podgers and Aller, it doesn't matter to me. The starting quarterback to me was a nothing burger anyway, because we're not winning anything this year, obviously. But, like, as long as Aller's on this team, Big Mike, who takes credit for Aaron Rodgers being a good NFL quarterback, being a Hall of Fame level NFL quarterback, if he actually is the quarterback whisperer like he claims he is, I mean, we should be fine then, right? He was the one that wanted Aller. I don't know. Here's also the thing. You didn't want to be that guy saying that Will Howard was throwing lollipops. I do. Will Howard has zero arm talent. Like, he was literally the 10th best player on his offense when they won that national championship. And if anybody wants to pull up a Wikipedia list of the last 50 national championship winning quarterbacks, tell me outside of like Joe Burrow, who the fuck has been a good NFL quarterback? And it's like it means nothing. It means literally nothing.
It does mean nothing. That's his accolade. Is the national championship win.
Yep.
Will live Collins become a regular thing after game? Yes, we're doing this after every single game. This has been electric. I know you've popped in a couple of times. Jack's on vacation, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I would be here if I was
shirt. He's living it up right now. But we'll have him on these streams, of course, and Sam is always welcome. Is Heidenreich making the team? We can talk about this, Jack. Caleb Johnson is shot. He's done.
Yeah.
No notes on him. You might as well have lit a third-round pick on fire the way Omar Khan picked Caleb Johnson in the third round, who I actually liked that pick. I thought it was fine. My God, they've given up on him. They made it clear today they don't care. 2 carries. This is a guy that you're supposed to be putting out there to have a role on this team. He's your third-round pick. No, you're lighting it on fire.
I'm sitting here at this Italian restaurant watching the game on my phone on the NFL app. I see them trot out for the first drive. I'm like, who the fuck is 21? And then I was like, they zoomed in. I'm like, oh, yeah, Travis Homer. Yeah, right. The special teams guy that won't take a rep, or at least shouldn't take a rep at running back the entire year.
Yeah, that was wild.
Let's not be too rash here. He probably will because, again, they like to do weird shit like that. But it just doesn't make sense to me. I guess if Warren and Dowdle are too big of veterans to play in the preseason, even though like the entire first team defense wasn't outside of like the 4 vets. Why are Johnson or Heidenreich not the first guys that go out there? I don't know. I don't understand much of what they do, but like it just really doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I agree with you. It's Caleb Johnson. It's over, buddy. Sorry, it's over.
I don't know what to do with Caleb Johnson other than he's cut. Do you want to talk about Braxton Ashcraft? What did he do today? I have no clue.
He threw an 85 pitch complete game,
right?
which was ridiculously impressive. But I'm not talking about the Pirates, so
it's over for the Buckeyes.
It's way over. But what he did today was like ridiculously impressive.
Skeens couldn't do that. So
yeah,
Skeens definitely cannot.
Did you hear Sam's Skeen story? He egoed him. It's
really?
It's fucking Thank bullshit, you. Man. No.
Oh,
Sam
Skeens
didn't ego. Skeens egoed him.
Oh well, fuck that guy.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Bernard Banter says, I can't wait to bet $10 every week on Robert Tonyan first touchdown plus 6,000. That will happen at some point this year. I like that bet. I may tail. I may do that with you.
That 100% sounds like some shit I'd be scrolling on my phone on DraftKings before the game, and I'm like, it sounds like that could possibly happen.
I think Jack, we're gonna have to coordinate on that. Whenever you have a feel for these things. Jack's a big gambler. Whenever you're feeling Robert Tonyan first touchdown, let me know. I'll tail.
I did this
you
shit
and Burn and
year.
Banter. What'd you do last year?
I did this shit last year for Thursday night games. Every week, I would give like some random ass touchdown score, not first, but anytime
I
touchdown
remember
score.
this.
It would be like plus 400 or longer any game. I hit it like 4 straight weeks. It was just stupid. Like Noah Fant against the Steelers was like the funniest one because we were watching at the bar and I was like, "Holy fuck, is that Noah Fant?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." But no, Robert Tonyan first touchdown and 6,000 is probably an accurate number. That's probably what it's going to be sitting at because I assume they hold more tight ends than they probably should. It'll be Freiermuth, obviously. Darnell Washington, obviously. Now I think we can obviously say that Robert Tonyan will make the team. He was already best buddies with Aaron Rodgers. They were sitting next to each other on the roller coaster at Kenny. We all saw it. We knew he was going to make. We knew he was going to make the team anyway. But this performance just cemented that in stone. And they'll find another one to keep.
Yeah,
Jaheim Bell.
Jaheim Bell. We have a guy that called in. You were here. Big Jaheim
I
Bell
was
guy.
watching the Jaheim Bell thing. Yeah.
He told me not to slander Jaheim Bell anymore, so I won't say anything about Jaheim Bell anymore unless he does something.
He was one of those like
Jaheim Bell
5th
make
round
the
like startup draft
playoff.
picks like 2 years ago.
Shout out Jaheim Bell.
Man.
Mylan says not only will Caden Weegan return every kick to the 40, he will have 70 yards after catch. Smash pick Omar. Jack, I apologize to Caden Weegan earlier. I didn't back down on my draft take on him. I apologize because he did more as a receiver tonight than I ever envisioned him doing in his career.
This is most likely more than he will ever do in his career.
You're
if
right.
he can even get to 74 more yards, I would be surprised. But the guy we drafted in the 4th round as a strict returner didn't have breakaway speed to cook like third stringers on what should have been a touchdown. I'm glad Aller got it anyway, but it should have been a first play touchdown. I'm not going to hate too much, though, because this guy has exceeded my expectations already. And he got him with the gimmick fake fair catch twice. So
He did.
I don't know.
Shout out Caden Weegan. All right.
goat.
We're going to answer a couple more questions as we close out here. Jack, if you need to go, you can. If you want to
I
stick
do not
around
need to go.
and
I'm
talk,
all good.
we can. Lane says, will all lives be on YouTube rather than Insta now? I will probably include them on Instagram. There is a way for me to use this software and live stream to Instagram, but this is the format from here on out, I would say. I think YouTube's the way to go. I like this format. We can get you guys involved. I can bring up chat on screen. It's just a much more practical way to go live. So YouTube is where a lot of my content is going to be. Not to say I'm not neglecting Instagram. I'm still going to do my same content and everything on Instagram, but I really want to focus on YouTube. That's a big goal of mine this season. Sam says Niner Will Howard. That's for you.
I feel like
Jack.
everybody in here can agree on that. Hopefully.
Will Howard, right?
Come on, man. We don't got to do this. You're telling me you wouldn't trade Will Howard for JJ McCarthy right now? Get the hell out of here.
No, I would. Yeah. Well,
yeah, but
you're wasting your
the
time.
one guy was
though.
at least
what are you
thought
doing?
of as a prospect. Like the other guy wasn't. It was like an afterthought. Come on.
I mean, it's yeah, I probably do. Dude, the thing that pisses me off is like all the national talking heads. They're like, oh, JJ McCarthy, just trade him to the Steelers for a 3rd round pick. What they like can't get through their skulls is like the Steelers are in a bind. They can't do
Holy
it.
shit, I have an idea.
They can't do it. They
Mason
no,
Rudolph
they can't.
for JJ McCarthy.
No, they can't do that.
Yes.
Why would they do that?
Yes.
They already have Drew Aller as the developmental guy. We don't need.
We need more chances at a developmental guy. Give me all the developmental guys. I'll cut 2 D tackles today.
Let's
if it
go
means
get
they can
Shedeur
hold
while
5
we're at
developmental quarterbacks. I don't care.
And I agree with you. I would rather have a couple developmental guys rather than Mason Rudolph. But you have to think about what are the Steelers going to do? They want.
Oh, they won't develop anybody. That's all.
They want to have the veteran presence. I still think that's true. And Will Howard, did he show anything tonight? Fuck no. Are you kidding me? No.
Great layering on that throw over the middle, though, to Tonyan.
Yeah, man.
Excellent throw.
Twitter after that throw made me want to kill myself.
I mean, that This may be dumb, bro, but what is roughing the snapper? I've never seen that call before. NFL's
Isn't it
gone
just
soft,
leverage?
league's gone so. Yeah, basically, it's like you can't touch the guy that's snapping the ball on an.
If you're
extra point or
trying to
anything
jump
like
the
that.
center or trying to jump the snapper, you can't put your hands on his back. I think that's like what the rule is there.
That's totally what it is. Is it more over for the Pirates or Caleb Johnson?
Oh, that's tough.
That's a great question.
That's the best question of the night.
That is a
Oh my
really good
goodness.
question.
Probably
It's
still the
honestly
Pirates.
Caleb Johnson. Oh, okay.
I think I'm going Caleb Johnson.
Wow.
Caleb Johnson's dead after tonight. He's dead.
I mean, he's not going to get cut until the end of the preseason. I wouldn't guess.
I think the writing's on the wall.
Who gets cut first, him or Max Hurlman?
Max Hurlman.
If he doesn't, if he gets cut after Max Hurlman or before Max Hurlman, I mean, it's what a way to end the career.
Bongo says, Joey, do you think we beat the Falcons week 1 easily? This goes to Jack and Sam
No.
too. I think we do beat the Falcons week 1. Jack is very adamant that we're
No,
losing
I'm
that
not
game.
saying I 100% predict a loss. I'm saying it probably won't be easy. It never is.
I think we're gonna win. I think
that's a win.
There's nothing redeemable about the Falcons, right?
My prediction is 20-17 Steelers. It won't be easy, but they'll probably win somehow. I mean,
That
you
was
watched them
easy
beat
to
the worst
convince.
team in football last year with a 61-yard field goal. Like, guys,
Yeah.
I don't know. I got no confidence in them week 1.
They really should have lost that game to the Jets, by the way. That revisionist history.
Needed
Imagine
Rodgers
if
5
Boswell
touchdowns and a Boswell 61-yard field goal.
to beat Justin Fields and the Jets. Mike Tomlin's $160 million defense, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Broderick trade or cut?
Probably not.
Neither. He's staying.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is he's going to go to a different team next year and he's going to look good. What happens if Drew looks awful the next few weeks? I'll play the card of he's the developmental guy. He's not even supposed to look good.
I've said this
three
for
touchdowns.
weeks. You only look at the good with the developmental guys. You disregard the bad. We expect the bad.
I've been saying I want him to throw 10 interceptions. I don't care.
Just sling the rock, dude.
Sling it.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
I'm glad they let him throw it towards the end of the game too. Like, don't just try to run the clock out, bro. It's a preseason game. Let him throw the ball.
All right, last couple of things here. Thoughts on Asante Samuel? He's no longer a camp darling. He's a legitimate player.
Thought he looked good. Thought he looked good today.
He's legitimate. Roman Wilson FC. It might be over.
Roman Wilson, 1 catch for 4 yards. He's arrived.
This one might be the writing on the wall. When can we expect the Steelers by Joey Big 12 preview? I'll tell you right now, the West Virginia Mountaineers are winning like 4 games.
The worst conference in the history of sports.
They're going to be so bad.
Don't sleep on Houston this year. Just saying.
You like Houston this
What's
year?
their quarterback's name? Didn't they get like the #1 recruit in the country or some shit?
Oh, what's his? I don't know his name, but I'm
They
telling
got a
you,
real
don't
good
sleep.
recruit.
Yeah.
I saw Sam's SEC predictions. He's got you have Georgia going 11-1, I believe, winning the conference.
Yes. I mean, I had them going 11-1 and Texas. I'd probably take Texas.
As long as everybody agrees that Pitt's winning 9 games, we're good.
Oh, Connor Wegman.
That's
Shout out Sam Jones.
About, but
Sam
Connor
Jones
Wegman
in
might be
chat
able to-
had it.
Some dude for Houston is a commit. That's like a 5-star quarterback that's playing, or well, not playing, but will be on the team next year. I swear.
Bongo says, "What's better, Pitt Not the Palace or Drew Aller?" I do love Pitt Not the Palace. That's a top 5 song. That's also become iconic. Anytime I go to a Steelers game or any Steelers event, snap a picture. It's Pitt Not the Palace going on.
Did
the
he
story.
donate $5 to say that? That's fucking nails. What that is.
Bongo's the GOAT. That's a great question too. Drew Aller. Who is it?
It's what's this guy's name? Keyshawn Henderson or whatever.
Yes, that is what I was thinking of. Yeah, they do have a 5-star quarterback coming this year,
but they're going to trot out Connor Wegman. Get ready for
They
it.
definitely will trot out Wegman. I would assume so. That NIL check hit. They can finally start recruiting real players.
Yep.
Where does UCF fit into this?
I mean, they're going to lose
the
the Pitt, so probably not.
Final question we'll answer here. Is Asante corner too? That brings up an interesting conversation. Are we worried about Joey Porter Jr.? Are we worried at all? Is he gonna? He's not gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'll play without a contract." He's not gonna do that. And the Steelers, I don't know what the solution is here other than they get a deal done, and the Steelers are clearly lowballing Joey Porter Jr.
The issue here is, like, I think his agent is trying the complete opposite of getting lowballed, or him, or whatever it is. Because is that report that he wants like $30 million a year true?
I guarantee it's true. I don't know who reported it.
That's just not going to happen, man.
Also, someone in chat brought up a really good point the other day. Christian Gonzalez and Joey Porter Jr. have the same agent. That is really throwing a wrench in things too, I do believe.
If I'm Christian Gonzalez, I'm like, I'm not getting paid less than this fucking guy. It's like, that's like the issue here is there was no benefit of waiting. But like, I also can't blame them if his agent's like being a stickler and saying I need like $30 million a year here, like, because I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah,
I mean, Happy says JPJ will ask for a trade. Watch. I don't know, man. It's getting weird for me.
Is that the worst thing in the world to trade him?
No.
I mean, that's crazy, right? But
we're getting real deep into the discussion here. No, it's not crazy at all.
I kind of disagree because what are you going to get for him in a trade if the team that's trading for him knows how much money he and his agent want?
That is true. Like, but if you find a sucker of a team, right?
There are suckers of teams out there.
I think the Rams are always down to make a deal. I don't know.
If the Rams want to fucking win this year, yeah, I mean, go for it.
The problem is the Rams don't have a one
already, so like, I don't know.
That's the issue. They don't have a one.
I would predict that a deal gets done before the season, though.
I think it probably will.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a gross overpay too.
Yeah, I
mean, shit, we gave TJ Watt $41 million a year. I mean, like, what's 30 more?
All right. With all that being said, we're gonna call it here. Hell of a stream, guys. Thank you to everyone who has called in and joined. We appreciate and love you. We'll be doing this after every single game. So next Friday, the Steelers play. They play the Jets. So that mark that up as a win. Drew Aller is going to go demon time again, and we're going to win. Oh yeah, Dogman, send the fantasy team quick. We'll review it quick. Dogman asked me about his fantasy team the other day. I told him to draft Colson Loveland. That was my only note. And then
I like that.
Then we'll get out of here. But seriously, fun stream. Loved taking callers. We'll be doing this every week. Jack will probably be back next week. I don't know how long he's staying at the beach.
Yeah, I'm coming back on Saturday. So
he's having the time of his life. Sam's on the grind. He's been going to the Bama press conference. You talked to DeBoer today? How was that?
It was kind of same old from Mr. Coach Speak himself. It was all right. It was pretty much exactly what we expected. What was interesting though is one of the local like outlets actually talked to a bunch of NFL scouts who were there, and they were all, because DeBoer's been saying the QB competition's been so close like this whole time, but the scouts were low key like, hey, Keelan Russell's the guy. Like, it's kind of weird too. And then Keelan Russell posted like a cryptic thing on his like Snapchat story about what else I got to do, man. And
this is the era of college football where we got cryptic messages on Snapchat now. Just like,
yeah. It's a special time. It's great.
To answer George here, Dean will probably start over Asante.
I would assume.
I think
so
that's
as well. Yeah.
Dog man. I can't open Imager links, unfortunately, through here. What I'll do,
just comment one by one.
If you comment here quick, we'll get it. I can't open Imager links. I apologize.
Dalen Everett getting cooked today?
Dalen, I think he had one play where I remember the Packers took a deep shot on him. Guy had him beat. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a bad throw from good old Tyrod Taylor. Also, random side note, they ran a QB sneak with Tyrod Taylor on like a 3rd and inches. If I was Tyrod Taylor in a preseason game and my coach told me to run a QB sneak, I'd check myself out of the game. Like, no, bro. Like, I'm not doing that. Kidding me?
Go puncture another lung over there.
Shout out Tyrod Taylor, man. Always gets the terrible luck. I didn't even know. I knew when I looked at the Packers roster that Tyrod Taylor was there, but like when he got signed, I guess, in free agency, I wasn't like, oh yeah, Tyrod Taylor, Green Bay Packer.
For like 0.7 seconds, I thought it was Malik Willis, and then I was like, wait a minute, he signed a $20 million contract to go play somewhere else.
I haven't even looked at the Raiders box score. I'm interested to see how Mendoza did.
He only threw at least one.
He threw a touchdown?
Yeah, he did.
Chills, dude. Nails even.
9 round pick.
All right. Appreciate you, Bongo, my friend. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Dogman, I'm sorry unless you send it in the next couple seconds here. We'll answer it first thing next stream. It's right here. Jonathan Taylor, CD Lamb, Colston Loveland. Does that say third round? Is that third round? Chills. Oh, yeah. This guy knows how to get me buttered up.
That's like AJ Brown in the 6th round.
Caleb Williams.
What?
AJ Brown.
Wait.
Alec Pierce.
What?
David Montgomery. This can't be in order.
This isn't real.
DJ Moore.
What?
McLaurin.
Wait.
No, there's no way. This is fucking real, bro.
All I see is Caleb Williams and Colston Loveland.
2-man league.
He couldn't have gotten CD and Jonathan Taylor in this.
I'm tuned in, is all I got to say.
Dude, how is AJ Brown a 6th round pick? What?
Listen.
Let me just say, I hate the Denzel Boston pick here.
Look at this. Pollard, Cam Little, Jacoby Myers, Texans D. Oh, yeah.
Draft
round
Trace 12
Mack.
also feels like good value.
10-man league, first dynasty. Okay.
Oh, it's a dynasty league.
Okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
That tracks then. Wait, Caleb Williams, 5th round in the dynasty. Get me in here.
Is it super flex or no?
It's 1 QB. It's got to be 1 QB.
It's got to be 1 QB. He only drafted 1.
Sweet. Okay. But he got the best. Goodness. He got the best quarterback in the league. So who cares?
Something like that. He's better than Lamar, according to Joey. So
he is. I would rather have Caleb Williams on my football team than Lamar Jackson.
I would too.
Yeah. See, you're outnumbered, buddy.
I guess so.
I've never been high on
if
Lamar.
we're taking the next 10 years, yeah. If we're taking for a season, I'd rather have the all-time leader in passer rating. That's also the greatest dual threat quarterback of all time. But teach their own.
Okay. Yeah. Teach
I'd
their own.
rather have Cam Newton personally, but
I would say I love Caleb Williams though. Like I feel like I'm higher on him than most. Just not as high as Joey.
He's the 4th best quarterback in the league right now. I got Mahomes,
I think there's a chance he will be. I think there's a chance he will be.
I think there's a chance
3, dude. Get the hell out of here.
I think there's a chance he's absolutely top 3. What am I going to do with Stafford? He just won MVP. He just threw for the most yards in the league, most touchdowns in the league. What am I supposed to do with him? He's on the best
every year
team.
we're questioning. He's also playing with McVay and Puka. So like I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like every year we're questioning whether or not he's going to retire too because he's like got back issues or whatever. I just feel like
his back looked fine last year.
I feel like what's your when you're ranking your quarterbacks, like is it like for this upcoming year, for the next 10 years? Like what do you?
I think I kind of weigh all of it evenly. With Stafford, I'm talking about this year. I don't think there's but a couple of guys I take over him.
I would agree. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like you can't tell me based
I just feel like if you weigh
year,
all of it evenly, then there's no way Stafford's 3.
It's fair.
I would take Caleb and Lamar over Stafford if you weigh it all evenly.
Okay.
Where does Ty Simpson over all of the above?
Yeah, I do like Ty. I do like me some Ty Simpson. I'll tell you that much.
I mean,
best
where did
player in the league.
I think I had Joe Burrow 7 or something. That guy
too high, way too high.
If you can't stay on the field, dude, you can't get right. Like
he's also just about as good as Joe Flacco when he subs in for him. So
did y'all see him get blown up in the preseason game tonight?
That was fucking awesome. I was hoping he got hurt just that the Bengals can feel bad about tryharding in the preseason.
I was talking to some of the other media guys while we were waiting on DeBoer, and we were talking about it was Joe Burrow's starting tonight. What the heck? And he's like, man, I bet you hope he goes in and takes a huge hit and gets hurt, Sam, because you're a Steelers fan. I was like, yeah, that would be. I don't mean. I was like, I don't hope he gets hurt, but yeah, I don't know. And then lo and behold, I'm sitting there watching the game, and they cut to Joe Burrow getting his head taken off. I'm like,
they should have pulled him after that play.
Yeah. In the midst of Drew Aller, doing things to me, right? So I'm just like, wow, what a time to be alive, I guess. But yeah, Joe Burrow, swaggy and likable.
That stupid ass video of him throwing and spinning around. Oh my god, bro.
That's his best career accolade. Is that video of him spinning in the snow in Buffalo?
Yep.
God, it's so annoying. All right. With all that being said, we're gonna head out of here. Jack, thank you for joining and popping in.
Absolutely.
Sam, thank you for joining me and co-hosting. After this, I'm recording an episode of Standard, so I'm going to talk more about this. So you'll see that uploaded from me a little bit later. Make sure to tune into that. Every week we're going to be doing this, taking callers. Thank you guys for all watching and listening. As always, we'll see you